I can't do it. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks. 5, 4, 3. That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.
Oh, yeah! This is the Universal Wrestling Podcast. Inside the ring. Outside the ring. It's all here.
We're talking about the greatest sport of all, professional wrestling. Come on!
And now, here's Nick and Keith.
And yes, sir, we are live. This is the Universal Wrestling Podcast. My name is Nick. His name is Keith. Keith, Are you verified yet, my brother?
No, I'm too cheap. I'm not going to be paying $8 a month for that shit.
Yeah, that's funny, man. That is funny. What's good? How you doing? How you been?
Living the dream. And the Hawaiian shirt's here today because
I don't know why. We just wanted to do it.
Island boys.
There you go. So what's good with you? How you been? How's your week? I mean, it's almost over. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's been what it is. Days off came a little bit later in the week. Wife and I had our 3rd anniversary yesterday.
Nice.
That was huge. Yeah.
Congrats.
Went to it was funny. Paid my penance yesterday because we went and saw Dead and Company over the summer for my birthday, which was awesome. That was fucking cool as hell for me. At Citizens Bank. We went to Dead and Company for my birthday. It was awesome. I had the time of my life.
No
my
clue.
wife could not have cared less.
Yeah.
So last night in Camden, band the 1975. She loves them. They came to Camden, so we went to that. She had a great time. I stood there, drank a couple seltzers, and bobbed my head.
Nice. Justin, my man.
Oh, there he is.
How you doing, buddy? You like the attire? Yes, sir.
Reppin' Shivani. What was that? Bash at the Beach.
Yeah.
02? Justin will tell us. I think it was 02 or 01.
Yeah. So today on this episode, we are going to take calls for the first time. A lot of callers. Should be exciting. I guess let's do it. Let's get to the first call. Are you ready?
The lines are blowing up. Let's go.
All right, here it is. Oliver from Charlotte, North Carolina. Oliver, let's hear it, brother.
Hey, so I have a question for you guys. What's the deal with MJF? Is he a heel or face? And what are your thoughts? Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Oliver. I guess when it comes to this situation, Keith, it's something we haven't seen before. And I'm a bit old school. When it comes to a heel should be a heel. But when it comes to MJF, I think we need the Stone Cold Steve Austin role. If he's selling money, who cares? He doesn't have to be a face. He doesn't have to be a heel. He doesn't have to do the normal things because we haven't seen this before. I've never seen someone like this in the past 10 years. And I'm even comparing this to John Cena. If that's breaking news, I think MJF is a different character. He's a different guy. We've never seen something like this. So take it for what it is and enjoy it. What do you think?
I couldn't agree more. It's definitely like the biggest like anomaly in wrestling in the past. Couldn't even tell you how long. I mean, you kind of hit it on the head there. The closest thing you compare it to is like Austin from like back in the day originally of, he was a heel. Then he started fighting McMahon, kind of forced himself to go face, but like he was still kind of a dick and really was a heel. Yeah. So it's a complicated one. It really is just, I feel like it is something that you can't really, I feel bad just like saying it, like just repeating what you said, but that's really just what it is. Like you just gotta take it for what it is and let it ride. It's been such a natural thing because of all like the bullshit that surrounded him going away for the time that he did and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Like that whole shoot, shooty, works and everything. And he got on the plane, but he didn't get on the plane. Then he came out and did this one before he fought Wardlow and like really just leaned into it. Like, I don't know. Like, you just got to let it ride and let it be what it is.
Yeah.
In my heart of hearts, he's still a heel. I think in my heart of hearts, deep down, I feel like it's got to be something he's just playing us all like a fiddle. I've heard a lot of rumblings on Twitter from people, and most notably Tom Campbell and Cultaholic had kind of mentioned it. He has this idea, and I really agree with it, that
let's hear it.
Regal is going to turn on Moxley and the Blackpool Combat Club in general, and he's going to side with MJF. I don't know that I want that. I know I just said I wanted that. I don't know that I want it, because I really like the Blackpool Combat Club, and I feel like there's a whole thing going on in there anyway with like Brian and Yuta anyway.
Yeah.
So like, maybe we just leave that alone for right now. Maybe that doesn't happen, but if it did, that would be really fucking cool. But at its core, I think MJF is still a heel. He's just playing us all in some way and getting us all on his side, and then he's going to just be like, fuck all of you, I don't care.
Yeah, and to be honest, it doesn't matter how you book him. I mean, the fans want him to be himself. So don't label him as a heel. Don't label him as a face. If he's going to push down Tony Schiavone, that's fine. If he's going to, go to the ring and get cheered, that's fine. Don't label him, because once you label him, then you're going into the issue of he's a face. He needs to do everything that faces do, that good guys do. He can't do what heels do. No, let this guy be himself. And I think that is success. And I think that is what they're doing, right? I mean, 1 week is a face, 1 week is a heel. It doesn't matter. And I'm going to bring up that rule again, the Stone Cold Steve Austin rule. If he's selling tickets, if he's selling out arenas, it doesn't matter who he is.
Absolutely. I think the same kind of thing could be said. I don't want to like bring it up now if we're going to bring it up later, but I feel like the same kind of thing could be said for Rollins too. I know there's all that going around with it. Like, Rollins is being talked about potentially turning face and all. I don't know if I'm alone in this one, but I'll die on the hill that face Rollins, full blown, we've made you a face Rollins, is fucking terrible. He's so bad as a face, other than when it was the Shield and all, because that was like its own thing. But like, just here is Seth Rollins as a person, as a babyface, is fucking terrible. I was just reminded of it. Like, I watched labels. Exactly. If it's just something like Rollins is over his shit right now, the crowd sings his song and all that kind of stuff. He's got all those face kind of things going on for him. So just leave him be what he's being. Let everyone love him. But then, like, occasionally, if he's supposed to be a heel and that's what you need to have him listed internally and stuff like that, have him occasionally, break like friggin', I don't know, like a Connor's Cure kid's leg or something. Whatever. Keep it going that way. Same with MJF. He's getting over now and everything. People love him. We're cheering him. Everything. Awesome. Have him, all this stuff with the firm. Have that like blow up in its face anyway. And like when it comes to Moxley on Sunday, Stokely comes out, hands him the Dynamite Diamond ring, clock him in the head. Boom. Just like, nah, I'm still a dick. Whatever. Yeah. People are still going to do it because of everything that surrounded him. The way that it went out and everything. His promo this week was the promo from whatever the hell that podcast was he was on. Was solid, where he's just like, every single thing I've done in this company that should have been my moment got overshadowed by some other piece of bullshit. Yes. But he's right. He's totally right. The guy he's the kid. I don't want to call him a kid because he's awesome, but he's in terms of how old fucking I am, he's kind of a kid. Like, shit, man. He's got it. Let him have it.
And again, back to the dilemma. Old-fashioned Jim Cornette. He's got to be a heel. He's got to be a face. No, he doesn't. This is something we've never seen before, and it's great. And let him be himself. Do you think a face MJF would go on a podcast and talk what he, said what he said about, spitting facts, basically? No. You do what John Cena does, I'm going to get over this. This is something that I need to do. I'm doing it for the fans. MJF doesn't give a shit. And that's it. And that's why this is perfect. This is why wrestling is so good, because of people like him. I mean, again, I'm not going to compare him to Stone Cold. I'm not going to compare him to John Cena, but this is something we've never seen before. This is somebody who's just not generic. What's the word? He's just amazing. I don't opposite.
Yes,
of
he's an
generic,
anomaly.
You know,
It's an anomaly.
he's original.
It's
yes.
an anomaly. It's an anomaly.
Yes.
He's this anomaly just in the pro wrestling world that we haven't seen anything really like before. We keep bringing up Austin because like Austin from back then is like the closest thing to it, but it's not the same at all. Like not even close. It's just that's the closest thing, but it's not close.
The rule itself is, you know, Austin is not a heel. He's not a face. He's part of, I hate saying it, the universe.
Tweener.
He's part of the fans, and that's why, it makes it so special. I love it, man. I love it. You want to get to the next caller?
Yeah, let's get the next guy going.
Let's do it. All right, buddy, let's hear it.
Yoo-hoo, boys! It's me, Scooter Doodle. Had a question about Austin Theory today. With him not being successful on his Money in the Bank cash-in on a mid-card title, what is his future outlook? Vince McMahon gone, Tripp's in charge, I need details. Thanks for the call.
My man, Scooter Doodle.
I think that was our line, Scooter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What did he say?
Thanks for the call.
Jesus.
You called us, bro.
Scooter's drinking,
But anyway.
baby. I'm going to go back to what I said before. We've never seen something, again, I feel like we've never seen MJF. But again, we've never seen someone like MJF, and we've never seen something like our tribal chief, Roman Reigns. And I don't think it's an Austin Theory issue. I think it's a Money in the Bank issue. I think Triple H right now is doing what he's doing because he was dealt this card. He was dealt the card of Theory out of nowhere, being inserted into the Money in the Bank match. What? I don't get it. And then he wins it. What? Right. What? So as if you want to be mad at the system, but don't be mad at what happened last week on Monday or this week on Monday Night Raw. I mean, it is what it is. It's just difficult for someone to have that briefcase and make him look strong. So I think it was a good decision. I think it harmed Theory because he ain't cashing it on Roman Reigns. Devin, if you're watching, we the ones. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So what do? Next man up. Who's the next man right now? Who's better? I guess who's in second? If we're going to do ranking wise, I would go with Seth Rollins. You put Seth Rollins, you insert him into the Money in the Bank with Austin Theory, and I'm okay with it. I mean, again, Papa H was dealt this card. He's just trying to clean up the mess. And I could go on and on. I got a lot to say about this. But Keith, this is your show too. Let's hear it, brother.
We both got a whole lot to say. I don't disagree with you. I mean, it is just, Tripp's kind of playing the hand he's dealt. I didn't love it. I mean, I've made my points kind of known.
There he is.
I made my points kind of known. There he is. I made my points known throughout the whole, since the beginning of it, since we've gotten to this point of it being like, he's been holding on to it for a while and there's been no cash in or anything. And I had brought my whole thing up before about like how I thought it would have been like a funny ass thing for him to have been like the first Money in the Bank guy to just hold it for too long and then be like, oh shit, I can't do this anymore. Or even something where like, maybe like where whatever, fantasy booking, whatever kind of shit. I think there's just other ways. I think there's other ways Papa H could have got out of this. You know, like I think there's just like, I mean, because just like last year, fucking Otis won the briefcase. Otis won the briefcase and turned it into a lunchbox, which that shit was funny. I don't know. I know people hated it. I kind of hated it too at the time, but like looking back, that shit was good. I love Otis coming back to what he was and like doing the caterpillar and shit again. Like I love him and Gable and all, but like, that shit was great. But yeah, that whole thing, like Otis won it because Vince was just like, fat guy, he'll get it. Then he got it and he's like, damn it, what do I do? So he had him lose it to The Miz. So like you can do something that way with Theory. Theory's lost how many goddamn matches from the time he got that briefcase? He was on a major losing streak.
That's what I'm saying.
Keep that losing streak going. Have him lose it to somebody else. Have him lose the contract to somebody. Just so that to get yourself, have him lose it to someone that you can see realistically beating Roman at some point, because I feel like that is the inherent problem with it. To me, speaking for myself, and this is why we work. We can disagree.
Exactly.
Because like to me, I feel like I don't say this as disrespectful to Theory in any way, because Theory is great. I've said before. I saw him at a friggin' Progress show before he even got to WWE. The guy's a stud.
Yes.
And which you're thinking about it now because he's freaking 23. So when I saw him, he had to have been like freaking 19. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
It's great. But in terms of like stature and booking and everything else, like him and Roman aren't on the same page. They're just barely in the same book.
Come on.
So
Not
it's
even,
like, you know what I mean? Like to me, it was never a thing. Like when he got the briefcase and Roman was the champion and kept being champion, it was just kind of like, he's not going to be the one to do this sneaky cash in and succeed with it. Unless it was some kind of bullshit they pulled of like, it was only for one of the belts or something random like that. Like after a Clash at the Castle, Drew takes him to the limit. Roman still wins and retains. Theory runs out. Boom. I'm taking the WWE championship, split them back up again. Cool. We move along our way.
Yeah.
If they could have gone that route, which maybe they should have. I don't know. I feel like the decision to have him cash in on a mid-card title, even though I guess because of the way Roman is kind of floating in between and holding both the worlds, like the U.S. title is kind of like the top belt on Raw because
and Seth too.
And it's Seth, exactly. So it wasn't like a bad idea necessarily to go to that title.
They have history.
And I guess like I don't know. Maybe I'm kind of turning myself around because it wasn't the worst the way that he lost.
There we go.
It was like Lashley kind of beat the shit out of him too for like Lashley all over it and stuff, yo. So
yep. Yeah, and Scooter, great question. Thank you for calling in.
For sure.
What I like and what I think, I'm going to go back to what I said. I think Papa H is cleaning up the mess that Vince made. What do you do? I mean, it's not even about Austin Theory anymore. It's about the Money in the Bank gimmick. What can you do? Because how long is Roman going to be champ? In my opinion, as long as he wants, to be honest. I don't know what you do with the Money in the Bank. So what's second best? Go for the mid card. Go for the next man up. That is Seth Rollins. And if he loses, he loses. If we're going to just talk about that decision, I'm not okay with it because I really like Austin Theory. But if I'm looking at it as, I don't know, I don't want to say a wrestling fan that's been watching forever. But if I look at it as a legit, wrestling fan that sees common sense, it makes sense. It does. And then what else you do? Go ahead.
No, I just think just like something that like kind of just popped in my head. Like I think the bigger issue with it is that it's like, I don't want to say that it was like a waste for going for the U.S. title because again, like we just kind of said, like it's kind of the top title
cleaning up,
with there and everything. But it's like you've held that belt before on your own. Not to mention, I think it was someone had kind of like mentioned it before. Someone mentioned it on Twitter like earlier this week, but like Theory held that before. Like to me, Money in the Bank should be a thing if it's like this is your opportunity to get to the next level with something, to cash in to get to the next level from where you were. Whether it's hook or crook, slimy, good person, whatever. It's your step. It's your next step up to get there.
Yeah.
So he's had the U.S. title before. Going for it again seems kind of like okay, fine because of the circumstances. Fine, that makes sense. The bigger thing, though, is that he lost it after cashing it in after Rollins held the whole thing. This all started. Rollins had an open challenge. Like, why don't you just answer the open challenge?
Yeah.
Maybe you answer the open challenge, you lose, and it's like, shit. Well, then you're already there in the ring. Beat the hell out of him, and then just be like, okay, here's my briefcase. Now I'm going to get the belt.
No, and I understand where you're coming from because what the hell is Bobby Lashley doing? Right?
Yeah.
I mean, a few weeks ago, I get it. The past, the storylines, they've had something there with Lashley and Theory and also Seth Rollins. So how do you do it? You insert Bobby Lashley, but he just lost. He took an L to Lesnar. So it's just a little confusing. So I get where you're coming from, but what are you going to do? You were dealt this card. I mean, you got, Theory, who's Vince's, creation, Vince's baby on the main roster. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing you can do. I don't think there is a solution. What else can you do? I mean, have him lose to Seth. Okay. It was a decent match. Right. Mm-hmm. But that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, what do? Go to NXT? That's a downgrade, and I'm glad he didn't.
Yeah, I'm really glad it didn't happen either. That was.
It's not a downgrade because I think Steiner's kid is, phenomenal, and I don't think he deserves that L. I don't know what you do. I understand. I get it. It's a messy situation. Theory may look a little weak after that, but he's been looking weak for weeks.
Right.
I mean,
I think that's kind of for like where like a lot of the issue comes up for it too, is because it's like he's been kind of booked week for weeks, and then like
week
I think
for
it just
weeks,
was like
baby.
Week for weeks. It's just been like it was just kind of this like thing that it's like he was kind of booked week for weeks, and then it's like okay, well now he's going to cash in on like again, which again it's a mid card title. We can talk about it however we want to, and like justify how we need to, but like at the end of the day, that's a secondary title. It's the first title now because Roman kind of floats and holds the two big ones, but it's a mid-card belt. If you were to Wikipedia it, will likely say it's a mid-card or secondary title.
Yep.
And I don't know for sure. I don't read Wikipedia all that often on stuff, but
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. It was weird. I don't know that I hate it. I think I turned myself around. I don't know that I hated it, but I don't really know that I liked it either.
Yeah.
It was just very strange. I feel like there were definitely other better avenues to take to give everybody involved somewhere better to go from than wherever we're going to go now.
This will be the last thing I'll say on this. The one thing that I see, there's a few things, but the one thing that I see that I love is it shows that Papa H don't give a F, man. You could be his father-in-law. You could be his family. You could be whatever. You could be drinking. What is that? My man, I can hear it.
This is a Capri Sun Pacific cooler. We had a party with some kids this weekend, and I have a bunch left.
Crack open a cold one.
Doesn't have to be alcoholic.
Should have brought out more than one.
Yeah. Okay.
Delicious.
What was I going to say? Oh, the last thing. No. The last thing I'll say is Triple H is doing. He said it in the past. He's doing what's best for business. It does not matter who you are. You can be the father-in-law, the billionaire, the daughter's boss. It does, or the daughter's, the boss's daughter. Jesus, daughter. Yeah, boss. Yeah.
That's I know what you meant, but daughter's boss is weird.
The boss's daughter.
Boss's daughter.
Yeah.
Boss's daughter, not the daughter's boss. That's weird.
There you go. You could be anyone. You could be the president. You can be whoever. It doesn't matter. He's going to do what's best for business, and I love it. I mean, Theories is, Vince's pet baby. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And maybe he will do. Maybe this is best for Theory. Like I said in the beginning, I think the Money in the Bank contract hurt Austin Theory because for a fact he ain't no way, no how he's going to cash in on Roman Reigns, and that's just. Faith. That's it. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're going to get to Roman soon, but I mean, that's it, brother. Any last words before we get to the next caller?
No, I mean, like I kind of said all it was. I mean, I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I just think there were better ways to go about it.
Yeah. I think he knows that too, but
I think it just had it came down to a matter of timing with it too. I mean, and there's a bunch of reports still saying that they're all still like backstage, that the offices and all, like they're still real high on Theory. So they'll fix him. They'll get it back. I wouldn't mind seeing him like from this, like having a storyline where it like kind of like derails him a little bit. And like, he goes back to Johnny, just like I lost my way, and they go back to being the way. He doesn't have to go back to being an idiot.
No,
because he's not clearly.
Please.
But like
please
have him say something just like, "Hey, like I lost my way," and like that's just where you get the thing that way, and they can go together and have Johnny like help bring him back up, and the two of them maybe
Well, he ditched the cell phone gimmick, so that was nice. That was cool because again, it's unbelievable. How can someone that looks like that come out with a cell phone? It's just not the right gimmick, Not the right gimmick. Yeah. All right, buddy. Let's go to the next call.
Yeah, hit the lines.
We go. Baby. Let's hear it.
Yo, Nick and Keith. Matt from South Jersey calling in. Got a question for you guys. I'm not feeling oozy about these rumors of Papa H having an idea on who to dethrone Roman Reigns. What are your thoughts on the rumor, and who would you guys have dethrone Roman?
Sounds like he was reading. Not sure if he got the question beforehand.
Sounded kind of familiar too. It sounds Matt's a pretty common name, I guess, but
Yeah. Well, Matt from South Jersey, my man. Do you want to take this first?
yeah. So
Let's hear it.
I did hear the rumor that they have a name in mind for someone to dethrone Roman. Did they name the name, or was it just they have a name? Okay.
They maybe it's more. Maybe it's more than one. I doubt it. I mean,
didn't think about that.
Yeah.
I mean, my thing on it again, I didn't hear all that deep into it and everything. If they've named a name, someone tell us what it was, and we can pass some judgment on that. Just the rumor that they have a name in mind to do it, though, like maybe not naming them specifically or whatever, but the fact that they have someone in mind to do it, I mean, I'm okay with it. I love the reign that Reigns has been on. No one's gonna take that away. Fucking A. Like no one's gonna take that away. It's been the Roman that we've all wanted them. Exactly. Boom. Like it's been what we wanted out of him since they started trying to shove him down our throats all the way back in Jesus, what was that? Like 2010, 2012, whatever. Like TK.
Yep. He's come
what
a
we
long
wanted.
way. Yep.
It's what we wanted, and we've loved it. And I'm all about the fact that like they've used him to kind of like rewrite the history books of like he's the longest reign. I mean, I don't think they're going to get him to Bruno levels. I don't think he's going to go 11 years with it, because if he does, we'd eventually all just be like, I don't care. This is stupid.
Yeah, cancel the Money in the Bank.
Exactly. He's surpassed Punk's reign at this point. So like in terms of modern longest reigning single champions, whatever, he's up there. He's gone past people that they don't want to have on their record books for stuff anymore. So it's awesome. It's been great. He's going to lose it sooner or later.
I hear a but.
Yeah, I mean, it's just there's really not. I'm just kind of padding it all. I mean, like he was going to lose it sooner or later. So like my thoughts on like the rumor that there's going to be someone they have in mind, I'm fine with it. Like he wasn't going to keep it forever. None of us thought he was gonna.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. What do you think on that? I mean, I have in my mind the ideal kind of situation for it, or other ones, but
well, let me go to the rumor. Let me discuss the rumor first. It's fun. It really is. It's fun to debate this. It's kind of like the Money in the Bank, the unknown. Who's going to do it? When is he going to cash in? It's fun. Yeah. It really is. But at the end of the day, in my opinion, I think, hearing what you said, I think it's more entertaining. It's more fun to see this historic run of Roman Reigns. I think we're looking at it as in, what's the next best thing? I mean, someone's got to beat him. Yeah, someone will beat him, just like Tom Brady. Someone finally beat him, and it was his wife. And that's just it,
That's Eli Manning first, unfortunately.
Yes, first, second, and then the other brother. And then Nikki Foles, but that's another time and another day.
Different podcast.
The greats do fall.
Yeah.
But we're in this moment that we've never seen before. I have never seen. I've seen Cena dominate. I've seen Brock dominate. The list goes on. Stone Cold, The Rock, maybe not The Rock, but you know what I mean? It's domination. It's something you've never seen before. And I think we're seeing that right now. And it's fun to debate. It's always fun to debate. I mean, that's why we have a podcast. But at the end of the day, I enjoy this. I want to see more of this. I want to see more of the bloodline. I want to see how the Sammy storyline develops. Usos. I mean, it's just entertaining. But let's get to the second part of the question. What do you got, Keith? Let's hear it. Who is your guy and why?
So I got a couple here. To me, I mean, I'll start with this one because to me it's the obvious one, but also it was obvious to me that Charlotte was going to be the one to join the OC, and so
to
me, the obvious one, and I feel like the one a lot of people are kind of thinking, it's Cody. Cody gets his shit back together because it sounds like he's kind of like on schedule to be even ahead of time, maybe pulling like a Super Cena and everything. Literally pulling the old Super Cena, showing up in the Rumble as a surprise entrant, winning the Rumble, challenging WrestleMania, topples Roman. That to me, I think that feels like the obvious one. my hopeful, like, real shot in the stars, it could happen, but I feel like it won't, and I don't feel like there's enough trust put in to do it. Fucking Sammy, man. Sammy Uso, let this storyline keep building like we were just talking about. Let him build him in there. Let them start calling him Sammy Uso. Let Jay do something else where they kick Jay out and they're just like, he's Sammy Uso now. You're gone. Give him your fucking belts or whatever. And then, at a roadblock or whatever pay-per-view in between whatever is and whatnot. You know what I mean?
Pulled that one out. Yeah.
Or fuck Sammy enters the Rumble on behalf of the Bloodline so that he can be the one to go in. So he's going to win it so that when it comes to WrestleMania, he's Roman Challenger and he's going to lay down for him. So then Sammy wins the Rumble. And then at roadblock or whatever, Sammy's just like,
Unforgiven.
No, I'm not.
Judgment
I'm not
Day.
Exactly. Yeah. In your house, the old school in your house. In your house, bad blood. But whatever they do, whatever they put in between now, because I know they're getting rid of the themed ones and stuff. But have him come out there, even if it's just a pay-per-view promo that I know I've said before I kind of hate, but even if it's something like that where he's just like, I know I'm supposed to lay down for you, but like, I'm a fucking wrestler, dude. Like I want the belt. Everybody wants that. I love you, my tribal chief, but I want that goddamn belt. I'm coming for you. And have him dethroned, man. That would be the pop for that. I mean, I don't think it's gonna happen because then it's like you're kind of relying on Sammy to just go without playing off of anybody after the fact, because I feel like a lot of Sammy's overness right now is coming from the interplay and everything with the Bloodline.
Yeah. So
I don't know how or where it goes from there.
Yeah.
And that's the danger. But that would be awesome. I would love for Sammy to get that spot in the sun. I love Sami Zayn. I love the guy he had a lot of history with, El Generico. That guy was really cool too. I think he'd be happy if Sammy won it.
Yeah.
And if Sammy wins it, you can even bring back, because I would watch them literally fight forever. Bring back him and Owens, Have Sammy dethrone Roman, the confetti, the everything. Kevin comes out and they literally just do the same ending when Sammy won the NXT title. Have Owens come out and they hug, tears in their eyes. Oh, and then Owens just power bombs him on the apron again. And it's just like, nah, dude. You know how it is.
Yeah.
And let them feud. I'll watch those two fight wherever, everywhere, and all the time.
I think you have something with Sammy. I think the pop for Sammy would be bigger than Cody. I really do. I really think people want to see that happen. But I don't think Sammy is the right guy, just because I think I don't want to say he's going to team up with KO and we're going to get them to, become the next tag team champions. I don't know. I like the run with Usos. I guess I'm really biased because I love what they're doing here. But I think, the pop for Sammy would be bigger, in my opinion, bigger than Cody. But then again, Cody came back for one thing and one thing only, and that was for that title. He got hurt, but the promos before that about his daddy, about his, family, about this is for me, this is why I left AEW, something we never thought we would see.
Yeah.
So that storyline makes sense. I just don't know when. That is the question. I think we have somebody. I think we have, there's a lot of people. You could even say KO. You could say Sammy. You could say a lot of people could dethrone him. If it's a cheap win, if it's something, with KO and Sammy getting all, screwy with the Usos and the Bloodline, I could see that. The Rock. There are a lot of different competitors that could take that title from Roman Reigns, but it's when. That is the question. I don't know when. It's not going to be at WrestleMania, and if it is, then, I'm okay with it. But I don't know when. I think that's the bigger question. When? It's not going to be Bruno numbers, like you said.
Yeah.
I don't see that just because it's not best for business. Personally, yes, I could see Roman to the day I die be the champion, but I don't think it's best for business. I think you need new people to take over and sell merchandise.
We live in a generation of shorter attention spans. So it's, to me, I love what he's doing, but to me, it's like Roman's been kind of on borrowed time with it for a little bit here. He's doing phenomenal work. I'm not trying to say that in any way that I'm bored of it, because I'm not at all. And anytime that anybody think they might be, Sammy does something in the ring with the bloodline that you're just like, damn it. I love it.
Yep.
This is great. Never mind. What was I talking about? So it's not from that way at all. But I think we're just in a generation of shorter attention span, with TikTok being as popular as it is and stuff, you know what I mean? Like, we're instant gratification, move over. What's the next thing? What's the next thing? What's the next thing? So I don't know. I can't see him going for too much longer. I wouldn't hate it if he does. Like I said, I don't really want him to go to Bruno numbers, because Bruno numbers, he'd have to go 9 more years from now. Like, oof.
Yeah.
Like, it's getting a little steep for me.
Yeah.
But without having to go to that extreme, you can give another year out of it. Maybe. Yeah, exactly. Enjoy the ride. It doesn't really matter when. I could see it going to 40. I guess what I'm really kind of getting at, what I don't want, I don't want The Rock to take it from him. I want to see Rock and Roman. Everybody wants to see Rock and Roman. WWE wants to see Rock and Roman. There's so much rumor going around about it and everything, and that's fine. I want to see that match. Yeah. It doesn't need the title, though. It can just be the two of them fighting.
I disagree.
For family stuff. Because I guess to me, I'm at that point, because to me, if it's going to be for the title, it kind of telegraphs the end of it. The Rock's not going to win that championship and be the undisputed whatever champion that's around all the time, unless they're going to do something where they give it to him and then he just relinquishes it the next night and there's a tournament for it or some shit like that, which I guess would be okay. But like, if it's Rock and Roman for the title, Roman's winning that match. The Rock is so balls deep in Hollywood, he's not going to come back for even a part-time WWE schedule. So there's no point in having that match to even like have this idea that he might win it. It's just going to it's going to be cool to watch the match still. But to me, it's just going to take away from it, because it's just like, well, there's no suspense here. I'm just waiting to see how Roman beats him, because he's going to beat him. Yeah. Whereas like, if it's something where Roman lost the titles already, or if he still has them and he's just like, nah, we're not doing this for the title, then it becomes a thing more of just like, this is about like family pride. Like, you say you're the head of the table. I'm the fucking Rock. Dude, Logan Paul already said that he is the table, but like, he is. I'm the goddamn tree. Like, if he's the table and you're the head of the table, I'm the friggin' seeds, dude. Like, I'm all of it. What are you talking about? Yeah. You know? Yeah. And like, have that where then Roman can just be like, yeah, cool. You were the seeds. I'm everything now. People barely know you now in this business. People know you for being Black Adam. People know you for Jumanji and all that. And that's awesome for you. Good job, pal. But as far as wrestling goes, I'm fucking Roman Reigns. People know me. We're the ones. You're The Rock. Have this exactly. No, we're. Right. We the ones. No, I'm kidding. We the ones, yeah. We the ones. You're The Rock. Shut up. Sit down. I run this now. And have the feud from there. I don't feel like there needs to be a belt involved in that. No. What I said in the beginning and what Devin said too, it's fun to debate. Again, let me go back to what I said. It's fun. We have a podcast. It's fun to debate. That's what it's all about. But it's so entertaining. I don't want it to stop. I mean, without Roman, we don't get Sammy. We don't get the Usos. We don't get, Paul Heyman. I mean, we get them, but not in this situation. And I love it. I mean, I love everything about it. At the end of the day, if it's going to be somebody, it's got to be Cody. I don't know when. I don't care when. Yeah. I think it's kind of like the Austin Theory thing too. It's like Cody comes back for the title. Well, we're kind of making history here, Cody. I appreciate it. The numbers were good. The views were great. What you did at WrestleMania, the return was, effing phenomenal. But we got something good here. We got Roman. We don't need you. I mean, yes, it's good to have you on the roster and it's good for you to be back, but Roman's our guy. And with the Money in the Bank, what are you going to do? I mean, we haven't seen something like this before. You can't have Theory cash in on Roman. It doesn't make sense to me. Seth did. But again, that's another day and another time. Right. So in my opinion, yes, I would love to see Cody. Just the full circle. Everything about that is what I love about professional wrestling. Him crying in the ring, his father on the Titantron. I mean, shit, Keith, that doesn't get any better than that. Absolutely. But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Yeah. I'm here for the ride. it's fine that they're talking about someone to do it. They can be talking about the name that they have in mind, and that name might not have anything to do with that until fucking WrestleMania 45 for all we know.
Yeah. Who
the hell knows?
Yep.
So I'll enjoy it while it's here.
All right, brother. Let's get to the next call. Here we go.
Who we got next?
All right, here we go. Johnny from Chicago. Let's hear it, brother.
Hey, what's going on, guys? John from Chicago here. Long-time listener, first-time caller. I'm just calling in. I had a quick question for you. A couple of weeks ago, we saw the Elite reappear in AEW through a mysterious video. How would you guys book the Elite's return? Thanks, guys.
Man, it sounds really,
what a guy.
really, really familiar. I don't know who that could be.
All the Chicagoans sound alike.
You want me to take this first, Keith?
Yeah. No, jump in, because I genuinely have to think about this one a little bit.
Yeah. I think this has a chance to be really awesome. And I think it writes itself beautifully. We have two biggest storylines of the professional wrestling, the world of professional wrestling combined. The NWO and Stone Cold versus Vince, the anti-authority storyline, and the NWO, the takeover. Combine that, I think it's beautiful. I think it writes itself. And Tony knows what not to do. Tony knows that no one should join the the Elite. You know, like the NWO. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know how many members, right?
Too many. They split it again.
Yep.
Twice.
And then for Austin and Vince, we know what not to do. Don't join the authority. We know. Don't do that. Be yourselves. Be the Elite. You still have, you still are part of AEW backstage. You're still there. It writes itself. Talk about Punk. Talk about the hard times. Talk about what happened in the back. Be yourself. But no, not to do what Eric did. Not to do what Vince did.
Right.
And he's seen that. He understands that. Don't do it. But, dude, phenomenal. I mean, come on. A hostile takeover against the authority? Come on. I mean, again, it writes itself. It really does. That's what I want to see. And then you can even talk about the trios. They're trios tag champions. Hangman's in the mix. Cole's healthy. He's going to come back. I mean, there's so much shit to do here. Let it be. Those promos, great. I love it. Tease us. Really do. But don't make the same mistakes Vince did with Stone Cold.
Right.
Don't make the same mistakes Eric did. Adding every single person on the roster to the NWO. Combine two great storylines. Boom. Baby. Let's hear it. What do you got?
All right. No, I can get in on that. I can get down on that. I think, I mean, I think it's got to be some kind of, it shouldn't be them coming back and just going straight for the trios titles. Like, it shouldn't be, they need to come back with some amount of like fanfare in some way. And I think an invasion kind of thing like that is the perfect thing. I think, to me, it felt like from Dynamite on Wednesday, that like promo, that package they had, that vignette and everything.
Yeah.
Kind of, to me, hinted at them being back at Full Gear. So it's tough because I don't want them to fuck up the Full Gear AEW title match.
Yeah.
But it should be something like that, like the main event of something, even if it is just the next night's Dynamite or the next Wednesday's Dynamite.
Yeah.
After Full Gear, whatever the main event is, just do it like Nexus style when the Nexus debuted.
Exactly.
Where it's just like all of a sudden, like everything's going on, whatever, and then all of a sudden, like hooded whoever hops the rails, hood comes down, the curly hair comes out, and it's Kenny, and just V triggers for everyone in the goddamn ring.
Yeah.
And they're just like, have one of them grab the microphone and just like, we literally made this. It's all Elite. We're the Elite. We did this. And you tried to wipe us out. We were out. We're out of the video package to start the show for both of the shows. We're out of that package. You don't mention any of the three of us. Like, there's no way you thought you were going to get away with this.
Yeah.
We're going to burn this whole thing down now from the inside out. We're going to destroy what we created. You can try to stop us, but like the name says, we're all elite. So
we are. Luck. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And learn from the past. Nexus was great, but at the end of the day, the Nexus, how they fell wasn't so good. You learn from that. You learn from the NWO. You learn from the authority figure of Austin. You learn from that. The one thing I'll say is I don't want to see remorse. I don't want them to come out and say, you know what? Let's be real. Shoot here. Shit happened in the past with Punk. That press conference was a shit show. Don't bring that up. No remorse. I don't want to feel sorry. I want you to come out and destroy the set. Do something. Make me feel it, because that's where reality is, that thin line. And
they can lay into that. They can lay into that so well too, of just like, you all like passed this judgment on us for something you didn't, that none of you even fucking knew.
Yeah.
Like, we were the only ones back there. We know what the hell happened, and that's why we're back and he's not. But we're the only ones who knew. But for a time, there was a lot of talk about us kicking dogs and us doing all this terrible shit, and none of you knew. But you were all so ready to just be like, well, the Young Bucks and Kenny are assholes. Exactly.
Yes.
Feed into that. Sink your teeth in and run.
I mean, not all great storylines, but most of the, I don't want to say that. Some of the great storylines were on that line of, is this real? Is this, is this kayfabe? Is this a shoot? Like the MJF thing. For a second, I believed it was,
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
It was legit.
I absolutely did. Up until the voicemail before the Casino Battle Royal, I was like, he might be gone. And then that voicemail happened. I was like, okay. You got me hook, line, and goddamn sinker. I was literally 10 years old again at that point when that voicemail played. I was 10 years old again, thinking that Ultimate Warrior was in the mirror and Hogan could see him, but Bischoff couldn't.
Timmy says here that was a good question, Johnny. Johnny's a good guy.
He's a good guy.
Yeah. I guess for this, learn from the past and do what you think is best. Obviously, nothing is perfect. It's gonna have some bumps. I mean, it is what it is, but learn from Nexus, learn from the NWO, learn from Austin versus Vince, learn from that, and just have it right itself. I mean, again, reality-based wrestling is my favorite. The storylines
absolutely
is why I tune into TNT, TBS, what Fox, what USA. That's what I do. That's the kind of wrestling I like. Yes, I'll take DB versus that kind of match. I will take that any day of the week. But at the end of the day, DB at WrestleMania 30, that storyline is, better than any technical match. It's just, that's my kind of wrestling.
Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of ways they can go about it. It's going to be hard for them to fuck it up. The only way to me that they can fuck it up is if it's the same kind of generic, just like, oh, did you miss us? Now, here's the thing. We never actually lost those trios titles, so we're coming for them back. Yeah. Like, no, again, I don't care. Remorse. I couldn't care anything about that at all. Or not even worse to me than them showing some kind of remorse for it. Worse to me would be them coming back and just not acknowledging it. Like, to go just straight in of just them coming back, just being, like I just said, them coming in just like, did you miss us? We won our titles back because we never lost them. Yeah. Just completely ignoring any of the stuff with the press conference or any of the investigation kind of stuff, anything like that. Just ignoring it would be so, like, that would be dumber than probably any other booking misstep in wrestling history. That would be worse than like the give back all the titles in WCW and we'll have tournaments to have them all won again. Like,
I don't want an R-Truth. I don't want a Santino Marella or Santina. I want them to come in and say, you screwed us. We were fighting for our lives. Punk is the bad guy. Maybe not name Punk, but say, God damn it, this is my company. This is our company. And we're taking over because we did this. Yeah, Cody's gone, but without us, this wouldn't happen. That's what I want to see. No remorse. I am who I am. and we're going to kick ass. We're going to take the trios title. We're going to kick Adam Cole's ass. We're going to tell, maybe Hangman joins. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe they need a baby face at that time. But I just want to see an ass-kicking NWO/Austin. I want that. Learn from the past. Boom. There you go. We could be writers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Keith, any last words before we get on to the next call?
Nah, we can go next caller. We could ramble on this one all day.
Let's do it. Let's hear it, baby. What do we got? Old Cracker Jack from Jupiter, Florida. Cracker, let's hear it, brother.
Hey, UWPod, it's me, old Cracker Jack, calling about Raw 30 in Philly this year. I want to talk Raw moments for a second. What are some of y'all's favorites? Mine being the old 1-2-3 Kid getting that sneaky win over Razor Ramon. Thanks for taking my call, y'all.
Yes, my
Solid.
man. Yes.
Old Cracker Jack.
So, if you did not know, WWE revealed, was it this week, Keith? I think it was. Like Monday.
Yeah, it was earlier this
When
week.
did
I think it was.
text you? Yeah.
It was like Monday.
Yeah.
Or maybe Sunday night, something like that.
So the 30th anniversary of Raw is War. WWE revealed the date and location for that event, and it will be in our backyard, Philadelphia, January 2023. I don't know the specific date, but old Cracker Jack, that was a great question. I mean, I could list a shit ton of favorite moments. Austin, Tyson, Pillman with the gun, Y2J arrives. I mean, Eric Bischoff returns, the beer truck.
23rd of January. Sorry.
Cool.
Just checking that out. My bad.
The pipe bomb, the Festival of Friendship, the Zamboni. I mean, the list goes on. This is your life. I mean, there's so much good shit. Foley, it was pre-recorded, but Foley winning. I mean,
that'll put butts in seats.
Yeah. But let's hear it, brother. I got 2 right here that I love, 3 that I love. Let's hear it. What do you got? What do you got cooking?
So I'm kind of just, I'm a traditionalist. To me, Foley is God. He can say Foley is good. Foley's good too, but Foley is God in my opinion. He's the best. And it's him winning the title. That's like my top one. Him winning the title. I remember at that time when I was a kid, I wasn't allowed to watch WWF because of Suck It and all that kind of stuff. So I wasn't allowed to watch it when I was younger. We were allowed to watch WCW, and I remember watching Nitro when Shivani said, just like, in case you were thinking about flipping over, guy that used to work here is going to win the title. That'll put butts in seats. And I was like, Mom, can we? I want to put it on. Like she's like, is that the Suck It man? I'm like, no, he's not. He's not the Suck It man. He's so much cooler.
He's the opposite. Yeah.
And we switched it over. And I got a little trouble because the Suck It people were around the ring. But it's him getting his moment, but just even outside of just him having the moment and him getting hoisted up by DX and everything. Yeah, beautiful. When the glass shatters for Stone Cold to come out to make it happen. Good God. People talk about seriously. It blew the roof off the place. Like that place literally might have had the roof pop up like an inch, maybe an inch at most. Like that might have literally happened. It's so deafeningly loud for that.
Even
it's
Michael
insane.
Cole, even the commentators made it.
Yeah.
You know? Was it? It
Absolutely.
was Cole, right? Yes.
I think that was JR and Lawler still at that point.
What did he say? He said something. No, I'm thinking
I could find the clip.
No, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Well, top 3, I have McFoley in there, but for me, in college, Brock returned 2012, and just I don't know, the boys.
Oh, it's Cena.
Yes.
Sorry, my bad.
Yes.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. And I don't know, just the environment, us drinking beers, enjoying, college for what it is, watching wrestling instead of getting girls. I mean, it's just something that I'll never forget. It was just like, holy shit. The guys come in from the other dorm and we're just all like, holy shit, let's chug a beer. I mean, it was just like something I won't ever forget. So that is number 2. And I think, I don't want to say number 1, but it's right there because at this time I was a huge Ziggler fan, and I went to the WrestleMania before that, 29.
Nice.
And him cashing in, just something about it. I don't know if it was just, how it happened or who it was against. It's not number one. I think Foley or the Beast returning, or even, I don't know. There's a lot. I don't want to put a rating system on this, but Ziggler cashing in and winning, the crowd. I mean, the crowd was hot all night. I mean, it was just something special. So that's up there with me. On my list, Ziggs cashing in, amazing.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more with all of those. I think another one for me, outside of those obvious ones we kind of said, obviously the Zamboni, the beer truck, come on, like the beer bath, that's absolutely legendary. I was, and it kind of came back out in me when we went to that MLW show last week and all. I was always a big fan of Enzo and Cass. So that Raw after Mania, when they debuted, that pop for them when that was so good. Yeah. And when Enzo goes off on the Dudley Boys, no idea why, there was no context for it. He just comes out and starts ripping on the Dudley Boys, talking about smacking Devon and putting his lazy eye back to work. That was great. That one's up there for me for the same kind of reason. I think because that was one of the ones like I had kind of an away period from wrestling. I feel like a lot of good wrestling fans do, or a lot of wrestling fans in general do. Loved it as a kid, kind of went out for a couple of years and then started coming home like drunk as shit or whatever. And I would watch a Royal Rumble on my phone as I went to bed and eventually caught up with everything. And I remember discovering NXT and seeing Enzo and Cass in there and all and being like, these guys are fucking great. They're literally a new age outlaws. This is awesome. So their debut, that was for me, that was the first big Raw after WrestleMania moment. I was like, fuck yeah, man. And I was so pulling for them to win the titles and all the following Mania and all. And that was great.
Yeah, there's a lot of good moments. I mean, you can even go back to the ones that I named, Austin and Tyson. I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you'll never see something like that again. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tyson's on AEW nowadays, and it's fun. It's interesting, but it's nothing like that. That moved the needle for the WWE. I don't think that's there's no question there. As much as it was talked poorly about, the Festival of Friendship, I loved. I thought that was really
absolutely
good. Yeah,
absolutely. Shot perfectly.
Yes, exactly. So there's a lot of great moments, and if we get the chance, maybe we'll go. We're thinking about it. I don't know what the prices are going to be. Life happens, maybe shit happens, maybe we can't make it, but it's in Philly. It should be a great time. Let's get to the last question there, Keith. Are you ready?
Absolutely.
Let's do it. All right, here is the last question of the day, of the episode. Jeffrey from Ohio. That sounds a little weird. I don't know what that is, but let's hear it.
Hey, Nick. Really appreciate you taking my call. Love the show so far. My question for you. I really enjoyed the Crown Jewel PLE. Really excited to see how the Brock and Lashley storyline pans out. What are your thoughts on that storyline? And how about your highs and lows of the entire show? Thank you.
Excellent question. Excellent question. Dude, we've been talking about it for years. I think they've wrestled, 3 or 4 times? Mm-hmm. I don't care if they wrestled 10 or 11 times. I want to see it. The only thing I don't want to see is a strap match, is a cage match, is a Hell in a Cell. I want it to be Brock versus Bobby. And you know what? We're talking about the actual pay-per-view or this match. I loved it. Yeah, it was short, but it told the story. It told us one thing. Don't listen to the rumors. Brock, he might be here for money, but it's also for what he loves. He loves professional wrestling, and him taking the W there, I think it shows that I'm back. I'm here. I'm not leaving. I am the WWE, and with Brock, I think WWE is better. I want to see this. I want to see this storyline go for years, as long as Roman's champ. I mean, I think this is best for business. And I think also this is what Triple H does best. Big time matches. I think he puts them together well. And I think with Lashley's experience and obviously Brock's experience, I think what they can do together is going to be phenomenal. Again, that match, yeah, it was short, but it was sweet and it was important. It was something to show us that Brock's back and he ain't messing around. He wants that W, and we'll see it. What do you got, brother?
Yeah, I'm gonna pretty much say the same thing as you just said there. It was everything that it should have been, their match. I love the storyline. I'm all about two big men slapping meat.
There we go.
Touching back to MLW again there, that Willie Mack match, just getting the whole crowd chanting, slap that meat, slap that meat, slap that meat left and right. I'm all about it. Just big boys, let them be big boys, you know?
Yes.
I've always been a firm believer that Brock works better with a smaller dude.
Yeah.
Lashley's the exception to that rule, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Because Lashley's like a bigger dude who knows how he moves too. Like they have such similar everything that it's just like they mesh so well. Just tossing each other around with reckless abandon, beating the hell out of each other. I'm with you. I don't really want them having a strap match or like a cage match or anything like that. You know, I would accept like a Hell in a Cell with the two of them, but don't even never have them bring weapons into it. Just put them inside a cell so they can throw each other into the cage walls and stuff too. But they just beat the hell out of each other, and it can go for as long as they want it to go for. I'm absolutely happy with that. That was a huge highlight of Crown Jewel in general for me too. The Brutes and Usos was great. Also, they can keep going. They can keep fighting forever too. Ridge Holland has come a fucking really long way. Yeah. And in that same vein, low for me. I mean, there's no question here. It was Braun and Omos. From the time Braun came back, like the day after that, somewhere on one of those, you know, your phone listens to you on Facebook and everything. I had like a thing come up that some whatever wrestling site posted it was at that time, it was a Photoshop picture of the two of them facing each other, just being like, now that Braun's back, we can finally have this match.
Yeah.
I remember I like screenshotted it. I think I meant to put it on Twitter and I didn't, but of just being like, I couldn't give less of a shit about this match.
Yeah.
I have not liked Omos like at all, kind of period. Maybe that makes me a bad person. If it does, come fucking at me, because I'll just die on that hill. I don't care. There was like a brief time. There was like one match. Yeah. I think it was Mania where him and AJ were for the titles against New Day. There was that one match. I was like, okay.
Well, that's because
he's okay here because he has AJ and he has the two, and he had Kofi and Woods just bumping like monsters for him. So awesome. He looked good there because they made him look good.
Yeah.
Braun is okay, in my opinion. He's a decent enough big man.
He's a good hand.
He's decent enough for a big man. I mean, I just posted a thing on Twitter a couple days ago about an old fucking Bam Bam Bigelow match that makes me rethink everything we think about modern big men, because you're all shit compared to him. Yeah. He's the fucking best. But like, Braun's okay. Braun's not, I don't hate Braun. Braun is fine. His like comments after, just like, we just with high flyers, like, you're an idiot. Shut up.
Yeah.
Get back in your fucking get back in your little doghouse. That was dumb. But it was a crap match. Almost just, he's coming along, but he's still not there. There's no other word for him in the ring than clunky. He just looks like he's uncomfortable moving.
Yes.
Ring. And I understand part of that is probably because he's
so big. Yeah.
Fucking dude. And there's probably some amount of him, because of how tall he is, that is like he's in pain with his joints and all. Yeah. Kind of like fucking, what's his face? Giant Gonzalez was back in the day. Like, it was just getting for him to like walk. And I get that. And that's fine. But like, bruh.
Yeah. Is this for him? That's the question.
Be the muscle on the outside. Be with a group and just come in and fucking shove a small guy's head into the ropes or into the fucking ring steps, and that be your thing. Don't make me watch a 10-minute match with you and like anybody, really.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Just I'm with you. I remember hearing like a thing of like it was a while back, like Kevin Nash is on someone's podcast and was like, oh yeah, like I was doing a lot of work with him like directly, and there's like this whole joke from Cornette from years ago that like Kevin Nash has like 8 moves total, and like he said like his joke is like you can write these 8 moves down, and when you watch it, you just go yep. There's the end of the match. Cool. And it's like once you hear that, and then you watch an almost match and everything after Nash has had his like claws in there with it, it was kind of the same thing. I'm just like, yep, there's his big boot. There's that, and it was just like, oh shit, he really just did just bring it along there. But it's Nash has charisma. Nash can talk. Nash can do stuff. Almost can do none of those things. That's why he has MVP. But MVP wasn't there because if he would have been there, the Saudi government would have fucking killed him. I don't know if anybody heard that story, but holy hell. So like it was just bad. It was just bad. All around bad. That's the end of my rant. Sorry, go ahead.
That is definitely a low point for me. And I understand what they're trying to do with Omos. He's young, he's big, push him. But it's just for me and for you, it doesn't connect. And I don't know why they're doing that. And similar to that, I don't understand the women's tag team championship. I don't understand why they did that.
I think I blocked that out in my mind.
Yeah, I just don't get the reason. And maybe this is a storyline and it's going to pan out in the ending of the Bayley and Bianca thing. But to do that to Asuka and Bliss, I just don't get it. And we thought about it. We even talked about it. Is Bliss, is she with Bray? Is Asuka ready? But they put them together. We loved the moment on Raw. It was really, really good. The emotions were there. They are good friends. We know that. But to do this, I don't understand it. I don't get it. I really don't. But let's get to some of the highs. And I think the high for me was the Logan and Roman match. I think that was something special. And I love that Logan can come into the wrestling world and understand it, grasp it, know what to do, know what not to do.
Yeah.
Roman, I don't want to say carried him, but I think he did a lot for Logan. I understand Logan's great. He's athletic. He went one-on-one with Money Mayweather. I get that. But wrestling's different. I think Roman did a lot, but I also think Logan did just as much or a little more. I just thought it was such a phenomenal match. Now, the issue that I have is I think Logan goes a little too hard, and I think we saw that, what happened, the after effect. I think
absolutely. Proof in the pudding on that one.
Yeah, I think Logan is good for business, but I don't know how long he can do this. I don't know how long he can last if he's going to be pulling those moves off. Because with a cell phone jumping from the turnbuckle, I mean, that's just tough in general. I don't know where he tore his ligaments. I don't know when, but
I think there was a lot of talk saying it was when he did the buckshot lariat. When he came over on the flip, the way he landed, he like busted all of it.
I mean,
if that's the truth, holy shit, because that happened really fucking like early enough on that he then kept going with the torn ACL, MCL, and Achilles, I think it was. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, that was definitely my high. But I mean, just again, the event itself being on a Saturday, being early. I mean, you can't get enough of that. I want more of that. I loved it. I even loved Wade Barrett. I thought he did great. I mean, just the entire event itself was entertaining. Yes, it had lows with Omos and Braun and the tag team titles. And I mean, even the Bayley and Bianca match, I don't get it. I love that Bianca won, but just, I don't know.
It's like, what are they doing with Bayley? What is
Well, then that's the issue with the tag titles. Why have them lose or win it if Bayley's going to lose the way she did? It's just
I'm gonna keep my rant with it as short as I possibly can, because you and I could literally, and I would carry most of it. We could do a full hour-long stream just on the women's tag team championship, and it still wouldn't be enough time. And I would talk the whole time about it because. So I had a Wikipedia just to make sure. So the women's tag team titles came back in 2019. The first champions that won it was the Boston Hug Connection. Okay. But Sasha and Bayley. Okay? Yep. That first run with theirs is kind of unremarkable. And everybody else's that have had it since then, also unremarkable. The only time there's been the tag team champions, the women's tag team champions that mattered or did anything good with them was Sasha and Bayley when they won them the second time, when Bayley was also SmackDown Women's Champion. Any other women's tag team champions since those belts have come back in 2019, fucking 3 years ago, has been fucking pointless and stupid. I hate the shit out of those belts. They are, in general, in wrestling, belts are props. I believe that's another Cornettism. Like, a belt is essentially a prop in some way, but no other belt in any wrestling promotion, from fucking WWE to your buddy who has like 5 people watch him and his brother roll around in the fucking mud in his yard for a cardboard belt they made. No other belt feels like more of a prop than the goddamn women's tag team champions.
There we go,
the women's tag team
Find love.
There he is.
How you doing? XXX69. I get it.
They have been booked like shit from the word go, and this was just an even better example of it. Bliss and Asuka didn't even have them for a week. They had them they went them on Raw, right?
Yes, I don't know if it was
4 days, 5 days.
Yeah,
like what?
I just don't get. I understand it from damage control point of view. I get that. I understand. They win. Makes them look stronger, makes Bayley look stronger. I get that. But from the point of view of Bliss and Asuka, I don't get it. Okay, they get another ring on their belt, right? Like, okay, cool. That that's fun to watch. But with Bliss, I mean, come on. How long does she need to wait before she's back in the title picture? I mean, she is phenomenal. I mean, she carried Nia Jax at that WrestleMania. I mean, she is that person that I want to see as the champion. I understand Bianca is best for business. We talked about that in the last stream or the stream before that. And I'm all for that. I want that. I want Bianca as my champion. She's everything you want. But when is it time for Bliss? When is it time for Asuka? When is it time for Bayley? Wasn't at Crown Jewel. I don't know when. But I'm just confused. And I think Trips is confused too. And I think if you look at it, Vince was confused. I mean, don't know.
The Bliss thing, the Bliss experiment or experiments that they were trying to do for a long time.
Yeah.
They need to kind of like go back to their little notebooks and just, go to the next page and just write, we have failed. We will start this over again. And let Bliss go back to being what she was when she came
Little
up.
Miss Bliss.
Let her be Little Miss Bliss. Let her be the goddess. And let her just do that. Let her be
She's great in the ring.
She's a fucking really good worker. She's awesome as a heel on the mic. It's senseless. I liked when she did the Bray stuff, when she first went in with the Fiend and everything. At first, I was like, okay, this is cool. And then when the Fiend went away, and she was still just weird Bliss with Lily. I was like, this is fucking terrible. And even terrible. Even when she was still with the Fiend, when the Fiend was still there, even that started wearing on me. At first, when she first came in and she walked on with her, pain, whatever, gloves and everything, I was like, okay, I'm into this. And like the next week, I was like, yeah, okay, cool. Maybe the next week, And then right after that, I was just kind of like, all right, now you're gonna fight Randy Orton. This is stupid. I really hate this. You're gonna come out with the box-like structure for the rejuvenated Fiend to come out at WrestleMania, and then bleed black stuff from a crown on your head for him to lose. I hate you. I hate all of this. I don't like my life anymore. And it just went downhill. And then they had this whole thing where like she went to therapy and all this stuff for the Lily doll thing after Charlotte like ripped it to pieces.
Yeah.
But that never really went anywhere because then it was just like, I don't need the doll, but I still have the doll, but I don't. And it's okay because I'm not that anymore, but I sort of am. And I still wear eyeliner and other weird shit. And like, just stop. Don't put her back with Bray. I know Bray's back, and we're all very excited, and I'm very excited, and we all are. Don't put her back with him. You've been saying Liv's going to go with him. That's fine. Let Liv go with him. Liv will fit there. Let her live. Sure. Just, God damn it. You brought Nikki Cross back to what she was. Her and Bliss worked really well together when that was that time. So now have Nikki open a door on her and throw a cup of hot coffee in her face and turn Alexa back into the goddess.
Yeah.
And let's leave it there.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I agree with, I think, Clark. Yes, Devin. They get no reaction, but they're tag team champions. Again, I get it. I understand it. This helps Bailey. This helps the storyline. This helps Diamond's control. They need to look stronger because what Devin said, they don't get that reaction that they need.
Right.
Asuka's going to get that reaction. You just talked about Bliss for a good 3 or 4 minutes. She has that reaction. She has the grasp of the fans. The fans want them. But with titles, it helps the storyline. It helps the characters grow because, again, titles are titles. It is what you do. It is what it is. You make what, the title doesn't make the person makes the title.
Right.
I believe that. But sometimes you put the title on someone and you say, you know what, maybe they can pan out. Maybe they can do well. You throw the title on them. That's what I see here. That's what I see with Damage Control. I think the title, again, I don't believe it. I think the people make the title. But the title, I guess, Keith, it helps them. I don't understand. I'm with Devin. I don't understand the booking. I get why they're a champion, but it doesn't connect with me. Damn it, I want Bliss. Damn it, I want Asuka. I want them singles. Again, I'm a little confused. Why are they tag team champions?
Right.
But I loved it. I loved the moment. Again, we could talk all night. What do you got?
Yeah.
Any highs?
No, I mean,
lows?
No, because I'll just keep rambling more about the goddamn women's tag championships. They need to get their shit together with it. They've needed to get their shit together with it for 3 goddamn years. It's been 3 years. You still haven't gotten it together. There just needs to be more invested in like where this stuff comes from. Yeah. Like everything, all of the tag team, all the women's tag team championships up to and including now with Damage Control and with Bliss and Asuka. There's nothing that really like gives us like a concrete thing to connect them. Like, we don't have any teams like the Iconics anymore. I would love for them to come back. It's not going to come back anytime. They're not going to come back anytime soon because Cassie Lee's pregnant. So that's not going to happen. But like, we need more stuff like that. Like I remember I have like a huge fucking rant. I did it on my shitty old ass like wrestling blog that I have. Like,
it's not.
You could have told me. I have the exact example that I give is like making tag teams have some sort of connection to make us care and to build them up for it, rather than just being like the one. It just ended like this week, but Zoe Stark and Nikita Lyons, their first promo together. Nikita goes, "I like to sing and dance," and Zoe goes, "I don't." That was it. That was their fucking tag team. Yeah. Like. You could have given me a tag team if you had told me when they first kind of showed up on NXT 2.0 at that time, if they had come on and been like Lash Legend and Ivy Nile, they were actually cellmates together in a Mexican prison 4 years ago, and now they're back and they're here in NXT and they like to fight. It'd have been like, sick. That's weird. Weird place you're going to take me for a character, but awesome. Now I understand why these two are together. I know why they know each other. I know why they're the team they are.
Yeah.
Take me where you want to take me. Instead, we get, as much as I love all 3 of them in Damage Control, it was just like, cool, here's Bailey. And she happened to she brought with her this girl that Vince released, who was awesome, but Vince released her. And this other really awesome wrestler whose name we changed for no real reason whatsoever. And that hasn't been on NXT TV where you should know her from in about a month at that point. Io was off TV. So, like, no build, no anything for her. You took her off of where she was, where we could have known who she was, didn't do anything, and then we're just like, ha, love her now. And it's like, why? You haven't given us any reason to care. I don't even remember what her last feud was on NXT. If you were going to bring her up after that War Games match where she jumped off the top of the fucking cell with a fucking trash can on her. And then bring her up and we're like, oh, shit, that's the trash can girl. Yes, let's go.
Yeah, that was the GIF or the GIF, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
at the end of the day,
that was the lowest low. I take back what I said about Braun and Ramos. That shit sucked. The lowest of the low is the goddamn women's tag titles.
Yeah, and I mean, again, we're forgetting a few matches. Drew and Cross, I thought that was great. Again, I don't need the cage match, but I think the story was told. I loved it. I want more. I think the ending of the feud will be a singles match. I'm hoping, because that's when I want to see, similar to the Lesnar and Lashley match. Just give me a good old singles match. I don't need a strap match, a steel cage match. That's what I want. And I think we're free. Oh, the Judgment Day and the OC. Again, more highs than lows. I enjoyed the pay-per-view. The start time. I was streaming with the Circle of Debate boys, or just Ivan, Timmy, Devin, Danny. That was phenomenal. That's a great experience. If you want to go watch it, go to Circle of Debates YouTube channel. Check it out. But other than that, Keith, any last words, anything you want to say to the millions and millions of UW fans and callers? Again, callers, thank you. Johnny, Jimmy, Joey, Tina, I appreciate it.
Oh,
Keith,
Cracker Jack.
Yes, I forgot old Cracker Jack. What do you got? Any last words?
Nah, thanks for all the calling in. It's been a lovely week. I apologize for my 2 rants just going off with the Crown Jewel there.
No.
Just got a lot of passionate feelings about a lot of stupid things, but
that's why we have a podcast, brother.
Been
Keep
a good
it
time.
coming.
Exactly.
Yes, sir. You can find us on Twitter at the UWPod and Instagram at UWPodcast. Peace.
Yeah, baby.
And here it comes.
Thank you for listening to another edition of the Universal Wrestling Podcast.
Slice that blood up and say.
Check us out on the web at uwpod.com.
You've got mail.
Or send us an email. info@uwpod.com. Universal Wrestling Podcast.
Nobody does it better.